Hey friends, it's Laura. Welcome to your I don't feel like doing yoga class. So this class is for those days that we all experience, myself included, that we just don't feel like doing yoga. And for whatever reason it might be that you feel tired, that you don't feel motivated, that you don't feel like you have time. This class is great for those times that you just want a little bit of movement. It's short and it's simple, and hopefully it just helps to remind you that you don't need to do a long class in order to feel good after. Just a little bit of movement will help you to feel good, help to shift the energy, and hopefully give you what you need. So we're gonna start standing at the top of the mat with your feet at a comfortable stance. For me, that's just a little bit wider than hip width, but you can choose what feels right for you. Just take a moment to feel the feet ground down into the mat, maybe taking a little sway, feeling the weight shift from side to side, lifting the toes and lowering them down. And find a bit of stillness in the center. And take a big breath in, reach the arms overhead, a nice full body stretch. And as you exhale, we're gonna fold all the way down. Ooh, a nice big forward fold to start off. And then bring a bit of movement into this forward fold. So this class, there's no rules. You're just gonna do what feels good for you because, like I said, if there's the days that you don't feel like doing yoga, you don't want it to seem like a chore. You just wanna allow the knees to bend. Again, maybe lifting and lowering the toes, maybe lifting and lowering the hips a little. Maybe taking the hands off the floor and swaying, letting your head be super heavy. You can even shake it side to side, up and down. And when you're ready, come to some stillness in the center. Release the hands down and start to widen the feet a little. So heel toe the feet out, heels in, toes point out. And then allow the hips to sway side to side as you start to lower the hips gently down. So you're sort of gently making your way into a squat. I'm gonna keep my hands on the mat. I'm lifting and lowering my heels and my toes as I shift side to side. You might start to make a circular motion with the hips as you just allow your body to settle down into your squat. If you want to stay moving, you can stay with gentle movement. If you want to come into some stillness, you can do that as well. Maybe bringing the hands to the heart, maybe keeping your hands on the floor. Whatever your body's asking for right now, maybe the head starts to get into it as well. Taking nice deep breaths. Now let's take the hands down onto the mat. If they were lifted, lift the hips a little and take a big step back with the left leg. You're gonna start to, again, find movement here. Like I said, no rules. So if you want to take stillness, you can take stillness. If you feel like moving is what your body needs right now, then you can do that as well. Maybe you wanna lower the left knee. Maybe you make the movement a little bigger as you shift forward and back. Maybe you straighten the front leg, lift the right toes. Maybe you start to come back into some circular motion with the hips. Lifting and lowering the right foot and toes. Just feeling the body, listening to it. When you feel ready, come into some stillness with the right knee bent, the left hand plants down. And we're gonna take a big inhale and circle the right arm forward. Reach up, back, and down. Two more. Inhale, sweep it forward, reach up. As you exhale, sweep it back and down. Last one, this direction, forward and up, back and down. Switch directions, take 3 nice big circles. Allow the shoulder to roll back, the chest to lift open. The breath is full. As you just sweep the fingertips all the way up in a nice big circle. Once you're finished that last one on the second side, let's step back. I'm gonna come into a plank just on my knees, but if you wanna be on your toes, go for it. And gently lower all the way down to the floor. And take the feet out nice and wide, about mat width apart. And take the hands out wide as well, so they're on the floor beside the mat. Bring them ahead of the shoulders a little. And take an inhale, start to peel your chest up, lifting up into a little cobra. And as you exhale, just gently lower about halfway. Inhale again, lift the chest up, taking little pulses. Exhale, just lower halfway. Just moving with your breath, staying with this little waving cobra. Pressing the fingers down, pressing the feet down. Allowing the movement to be as big or as little as you'd like, depending on how your body feels right now. Keep your breath flowing. Let's take one more. Inhale to lift up. And exhale, we're lowering all the way down. Place the hands under the shoulders. Push yourself back into a child's pose. Knees as wide as you'd like. Forehead can rest on the floor. And keep the arms long. Settle the hips back towards the heels. And start to walk your hands over towards the right, to the edge of your mat or off of it. Take a couple breaths here, feeling the stretch down the left-hand side of the body. Hips still reaching back towards the heels. And start to walk your hands back towards your knees, staying over towards the right side. You'll take your left hand onto your right knee. Take your right hand behind you for a twist. So sitting up tall, trying to keep the hips and the pelvis neutral and level, so you're not twisting the hips open to the right. With the hand on the low back, you can really feel that they're pointing forward, and you're twisting through the spine. Take a few deep breaths. If you'd like, you can reach the right arm back behind you. Spine is long. Come back to center. Let's take a big breath in. Reach the arms forward and up. As you exhale, just let them start to float down by your sides. Take a few more breaths like that. Inhale to reach up. Feel a little back bend here. And as you exhale, sweep the arms down. Let them float down by your sides. Keep going. And just feeling your body start to move like a little wave. Maybe the eyes close and you start to picture your body moving like a wave. Let's take two more. Last one. Inhale to sweep the arms up, lift the chest. Exhale, let the arms float down. And then walk the hands forward into a downward facing dog. So the toes tuck under, the hips lift high. Go for it if you need movement, if you need stillness. Give yourself what you need. Feel the backs of the legs stretch and lengthen. And the hips lift high. The strong, sturdy grip on the mat, fingers spread wide. Let's take a deep breath in, lift the heels high. And as you exhale, you're just gonna drop the right heel down, keep the left heel lifted. So you're reaching your right heel towards the floor. It's all right if it doesn't touch. And breathing down the right side of your body, can you feel the stretch down the right side, through the hip, through the spine, through the waist? Inhale, lift the right heel again. As you exhale, drop the left heel down. So a super slow pedal out. Take deep breaths here. Down the left side of the body. Keeping the grip strong, the hips lifted high. Inhale again, the left heel lifts. Exhale, drop the right heel. Feel the triceps wrapping in towards each other. Last one, lift the right heel, lower the left. Reach the heel towards the floor, send the hips up high. Now let's inhale, lift both heels nice and high. Look towards the hands. Take as many steps as you need to towards the top of your mat, back into your forward fold. And let's round up. Come on up one vertebrae at a time. Settle the shoulders down, take a breath. Feel the feet press down. On your next inhale, sweep the arms up. As you exhale, fold, soften, allow the knees to bend, the elbows to bend, the head to be heavy. And taking little sways side to side. Again, spreading the toes. And start to sway over towards the right-hand side. Walk your hands over to the right. Allow the knees to bend as much as you need them to, but think about pressing the left foot, especially the outer edge of your left foot, down into the mat. Walk your hands back through center. We'll do the other side. So hands walk all the way over to the left. Press your right foot down, feeling the stretch on the right side of the body. Walk hands back through center. Heel toe the feet wide, heels in, toes out. Begin to move the hips. Lift the toes and the heels as the hips start to lower. Nice and gentle into your squat. Maybe feels a little different this time, maybe not. Finding stillness if you'd like. Lifting the chest a little. Maybe closing the eyes or just keeping your gaze forward. And then bring the hands down, begin to lift the hips, and we'll step the right leg back into a lunge. So if you want to keep the knee lifted, you can as you move slightly forward and back, allowing the sole of the foot to stretch. Maybe rolling over onto the toes. And if you'd like to lower the right knee and start to make the movement bigger as you straighten the left leg and bend, feeling the hips, the low back, maybe making circles, whatever is right. And switching directions if you're making circles. And then come to stillness with the left knee bent. The right hand is down. We'll take those 3 circles as you inhale, reach the left arm forward, up, back, and down. With your breath, feeling the chest open, the shoulder roll back. Switching directions once you've done your 3, but there's absolutely no rush. Take your time as you feel your full breath in, your deep breath out. Finishing off that 3rd one on the opposite direction. Bring your left knee back into a plank on the knees or the toes, gently lowered down to the floor. Again, you'll take your feet nice and wide to the back edges of your mat, or the back corners of your mat, and take your hands out wide, fingertips ahead of the shoulders. Inhale to lift up and stay here in this cobra. So with the hands wide, the feet wide, you get some more space in the low back. It's a little more gentle. But again, you don't have to lift as high. And let's start to move a little bit side to side. So just sort of like you're swaying the shoulders. Maybe the head starts to sway as well. Feeling the feet press down. And gently contracting the thighs. Maybe you lift a little higher. Maybe you start to lift and lower as you feel this movement side to side. A little wiggly cobra, just about to strike. You lift and you lower. You do a little dance. And remind yourself that yoga doesn't have to be stiff and rigid, that it can be fluid as well. In those days that you might not feel like doing yoga, you might just want to shift your idea and your perception of what yoga is. And start to make your way all the way down. Hands come under the shoulders, push yourself into a child's pose, hips towards the heels, forehead rests down. And when you shift that mindset of what yoga is, you'll realize that yoga is so many different things. And that when we attach ourselves to one idea of what it might be, then it can be really constricting and confining. And when you expand and you open up the idea of what it might be, you realize that you might want to do it all the time. There are less and less days that you don't feel like doing it. Start to walk your hands over towards the left, if that made any sense at all. Feel the stretch down the right side of the body, reaching your hips towards your heels. And keep your body over the left thigh as you start to walk your hands back, taking your twist with the right hand to the left leg, the left hand right on the sacrum, the low back. Feeling the hips level, and start to bring the left shoulder back, twisting through the spine. Maybe you want to reach the left arm long behind you. Stay nice and tall. And begin to bring yourself back to center. Stay seated on the heels as you breathe in again. Sweep the arms forward and uplift the chest. Exhale, let them float down. And take a few more breaths here with this movement, changing your idea of what yoga might be. Allowing yourself to just feel what your body needs. And take one more, or maybe two. And then once you're done, just rest your hands onto the thighs. Close the eyes if they're not already closed. Relax the shoulders down. And just take a moment to check in, to feel how things might be different right now, how things may have shifted with just that little bit of movement. To notice where your mind is at, how that movement may have shifted your thoughts, made you feel a little bit more clear or not. So I ask you right now to ask your body what it needs. And if you need to stay here and breathe, you certainly can. If you need to continue on with your day, you can. If you feel open and you want to do another class, choose whatever is calling to you right now. Or if you feel like you need to just breathe and be still, you can choose the short 10-minute meditation that is coming up next to really just sink into your breath. Thank you for taking this time, this very short time, to move with me and to do something so good for you. Namaste.